So your camera shoots in two main modes. One is called camera raw and the other one shoots JPEGs. So for our purposes, we want to shoot in camera raw because these are bigger files that give you a higher quality image to edit on the computer. A JPEG is more compressed, so that's going to be a smaller file, which means you'll be able to fit more images on your same size SD card. But for our purposes, we do want to shoot in camera raw because it allows us to make more adjustments later in Lightroom or in Photoshop. So the way that you make sure that you have the right thing, the right setting chosen, is on the back of your camera, you hit the menu button. So the very first red box, the very top line, says quality. Right now this camera is set to L for large. If we hit set, we see a bunch of options here. So what this tells you is L large 18M. 18M means 18 megabytes. Each image will be 18 megabytes. And then next to that are the dimensions. So 5,184 pixels by 3,456 pixels. That's a pretty big image. However, that is still a JPEG. So we want to have that size image, but also in RAW. So if you use your arrow buttons on the back, you can navigate through. And you can choose to use just that, or you can do RAW plus the large, which means it will shoot two images. It will save a copy in RAW and save a copy as a JPEG. You can shoot only in RAW or only in JPEG. So that top row is only JPEG. Personally, I would choose only RAW, and then you can convert them to JPEGs later in Lightroom. So when you're choosing these different shooting modes, you can see also how many images you will be able to fit on the card you've got in the camera. So that's that last number over to the right in the brackets. So you have the image size, so here 18 megabytes, and then how many pixels that is, and then in the brackets is the number of images you'll get at that size. So if you toggle through and you see the other settings, it shows you how many images you would fit at the different settings. So if we go to camera raw, we see that we have many fewer images will fit on that card than if you use the large, because the large JPEGs are compressed. So you want to go ahead and choose that raw image. And you'll notice if you choose raw and large, then you have the fewest number of images allowed because it will be saving two files for every image. I find that kind of a pain to sort through later, and then you have to remember which is the JPEG and which is the camera raw. Better just shoot everything in raw and you have more control over it that way. So when you choose the mode that you like, hit the set button and you go back to your original menu.